I'm Dr. Clayton. Let's get started with the definitive hypnosis frequently asked questions. First question, what is hypnosis and how does it work? First, everyone has a conscious and an unconscious mind. Your conscious mind is responsible for logic, decision-making, plan-making, things that you think on purpose. Your unconscious is responsible for motivation, emotion, compulsions, things that happen automatically. Your conscious mind acts as kind of a logical filter between the outside world and your unconscious. This logical filter is usually useful, like if you're on the top of a building and somebody says, oh, you can just flap your arms and fly off the building. It would be useful for a part of our brain to step in and say, oh, I don't think that's true, we're not going to do that. That is the conscious mind, and that is usually useful. However, there are some times when there are suggestions that would be helpful that we're not used to accepting, and so the conscious mind kind of auto-rejects them. Like if you think of yourself as not a math person, or someone who couldn't open a business, or someone who can't lose weight. Next question, can everyone be hypnotized? Not only can everyone be hypnotized, everyone is hypnotized every single day. Hypnosis is not a special state that you only go into during hypnotherapy. Hypnosis is actually a very natural state in between being asleep and being awake. So not only can everyone be hypnotized, everyone is hypnotized every single day. So every time you are waking up in the morning, you pass through hypnosis. Every time you're going to sleep at night, you pass through hypnosis again. The next common question people have is, do I have control in hypnosis? The hypnotherapist does not have the ability to make you do anything you don't want to do, or say anything you don't want to say, or remember anything you don't want to remember. Your unconscious mind will always protect you from harmful suggestions. So even if I were to give you a harmful suggestion, which of course I wouldn't, your unconscious mind would still automatically reject it. This is something that's generally much more of a concern before someone's tried hypnosis. After you try hypnosis, you'll realize there's no way for any negative suggestions to get in. The next question we're going to address is, how does a hypnosis session go? The first part of the hypnosis session is about constructing and understanding the suggestions that we're going to use during the hypnosis. Then, once you understand what suggestions are going to be used, we actually do the hypnosis, which has two parts. The first part is the induction, which is kind of like a guided meditation. The second part is the therapeutic part of the session, where we deliver the suggestions that were constructed in the beginning. Then you'll be slowly woken up, debriefed, and we'll kind of discuss what we accomplished that day. Then you'll have a homework assignment designed to reinforce what you learned. It's very relaxing and it flows very naturally. The next question people ask a lot is, what are some myths about hypnosis? The first myth is that only weak-minded people are hypnotizable. I have never found that there's any correlation between weak-mindedness and suggestibility. I see strong-minded people all the time and they have no problem going into hypnosis. This misconception comes from stage hypnotists that pretend to control you, or Hollywood that blows everything out of proportion and sometimes just completely gives you wrong information. Interestingly, I do video hypnosis with people, and sometimes, like, the Wi-Fi connection disconnects and they are still in hypnosis. Invariably, they give me a call in 5 or 10 minutes and no harm is done. Hypnosis is really a lot like kind of a deep state of daydreaming, so just as you would never get stuck in a daydream, you also could never get stuck in hypnosis. Another fear people have sometimes is that they'll accidentally uncover traumas from the past. This fear mostly comes from Hollywood. There's no danger whatsoever of accidentally uncovering traumas through hypnosis. Your unconscious mind will always protect you in hypnosis. Probably the most important thing I want to say about hypnosis is that throughout the entire history of hypnosis, there are no cases of hypnosis ever doing any kind of harm to people. Hypnosis is purely a superpower for good. The next question that I get a lot is, what can hypnosis do? There are basically three categories of things that hypnosis can do. One is cognitive types of things like test taking and studying and memory. Another is behavioral issues such as quitting smoking or losing weight. And the third one is emotional issues like anxiety, trauma, and depression. Essentially anything that has a psychological cause can be efficiently addressed with hypnosis. And that wraps it up for frequently asked questions about hypnosis. On to the next lesson.